How's it going, YouTube? This is Skull, and welcome to episode 50 of Zootopia Home Video. Hard to believe, I started this series almost a year ago now. I guess if I've been releasing an episode a week, it'll be 2 weeks from now that it'll be a year. But holy cow, we have made it to episode number 50. It was my hope at the beginning of 2025 that I would have enough copies of Zootopia to talk about it once a week until Zootopia 2 released. Unfortunately, I am going to be coming up short, but that's okay. Today, I'm going to be talking about something really, really special and really cool, and that is the Zootopia VHS. If I can't make it to Zootopia 2, then I at least want to be able to talk about this beautiful release and tell you all about it. Although I should also mention that I did make a video about this already on my main channel, which I will be linking in the description. I usually don't do that, but it will be in the description if you want to see a full video on this, because I think it's worth watching if you have any interest in this as a product, as how it came to be. So the very first thing I need to mention is this is not an official product. This is not something that you could have bought in a store. In fact, you could never buy this at all. So this does not count towards my 100 copies of Zootopia on home video. This is just a fan-made thing, which is a way to watch it, but not an official way. This was made by a fan of Zootopia named Changa Husky. And again, it's worth mentioning you cannot buy this. You can never buy it in a store. You cannot buy it from him. Please, I highly request of you, do not reach out to Changa Husky and ask for a copy for yourselves. I don't even know if he still makes these anymore. And if he does, just please don't send him messages asking for a copy for yourself. Don't do that. The purpose of this video is just to tell you who made this, because he deserves all the credit for this. Oh man, years and years ago, maybe 2017, 2018, it had to have been before that actually. I came across a post on the internet of somebody showing this off, or one like it. And this is a really cool release. So I saw it all those years ago, and it inspired me to make my own, but I'll talk about that later. So this has been around for a while. He kept making them for quite a bit of time, and it's so cool. According to him, he's made at least 100, maybe closer to 200. So it's possible that there's actually more copies of this out in the world than there are for, say, for example, boy, this microphone is going down. Sorry. There's probably more copies of this than, say, for example, the Walmart holiday DVD from 2016, which is kind of crazy. This is a fan product, and there's probably more of them than an official product. That's so crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about it. As you can see, this is made in the same style as the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection, which was the quintessential VHS release from Disney in the mid to late 1990s. So the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection was a collection of like 20-ish films, 25, something like that. Most of which were animated, but included some animation live-action hybrids like Mary Poppins. Anyway, so this is made to look like it would belong on a shelf with one of those. And it is really well done. He knows how to do Photoshop, I gotta say. So we got Nick and Judy here. As you would have seen them. Actually, I've still got my copies over here from the Canadian versions I was doing. So it's basically just Nick and Judy as seen in the official posters / DVD art, slightly rearranged, and we got the logo up there, you know, the Walt Disney Masterpiece, Zootopia. The spine looks like this. I'm sure a lot of you are getting a nostalgia rush right now from growing up, or maybe some of you are like, what's a VHS tape? Boy, I'm old. So we got the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection logo up there. We got Zootopia right there, Nick down here, and VHS 1190. I don't know if there's any significance to the 1190. Maybe it's a reference to a date of some kind, or maybe Changa Husky actually did know something about catalog numbering, and there is something significant about that. Maybe it makes sense on the package itself. I don't know. Then on the back, we've got this. This is the original theatrical poster of the film, with a little more emphasis on Nick and Judy down here. We got this blurb. The best film Disney animation has made in 20 years, Jermaine Luzier Gizmodo, which is the exact same quote that we're used to seeing on the back of DVDs. We have a barcode, which he told me that is actually the barcode of the DVD. Actually, is it the DVD or the Blu-ray? Well, it's the back. It's the same barcode as the Blu-ray, funny enough. Okay. I thought I recognized the Blu-ray. Anyway, the Blu-ray barcode. That's the actual barcode from the Blu-ray, which is hilarious. We have the synopsis of the film, which, as I understand, is just the same as we say in the back of the Blu-ray. We got these 3 pictures here from the film itself. So we've got Gary, quiet, you're going to start a howl. We got Nick eating his little cake at Frou Frou's wedding, and Judy settling into her apartment. At the bottom, we got all the usual legalese that you would be used to seeing on a VHS. This looks, as someone who collects VHS tapes, I have like 200. This looks perfect, and I've set it on my shelf. You could not tell it apart. Anyway. We have the usual disclaimer here. This film has been modified from its original version. It has been formatted to fit your screen. That's right, Changa Husky put a pan and scan version of the film on here that he edited himself. This is a 4:3 version of the film that has been cropped from the widescreen. And as someone who did that myself, let me tell you, that's not an easy task. And he nailed it. Soundtrack available on cassette and compact disc from Walt Disney Records. Of course, the soundtrack is available, but it's available on CD only, no cassette, although there was a vinyl record. We got the Walt Disney Records logo right here. Running time, 110 minutes, which is basically correct. Hi-Fi stereo, digitally mastered. Color, I just realized that mastered is misspelled. No, I didn't know that until just now. It's... Okay. Well, oops. I can't believe I didn't notice that. He probably didn't either. Anyway, PG, we got the Motion Picture Association logo, Dolby Digital, closed captioning, and Walt Disney Home Video. I do not believe this actually has closed captioning on it. This product is authorized for sale in the US and Canada only, licensed for a private home exhibition only. Anyway, all the usual stuff. It's meant to look like a real release, and he nailed it. And you might be wondering, well, is it just the case, or is there a tape inside too? There is. Mine included this. I'm sure that it was just a little fun extra for me, but anyway. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is a real working tape. I got a VCR right there. I have put this in there and watched it on that very CRT in this room. It works. It is a very interesting way of watching the film. And it's a VHS tape. So if you've never seen one before, wow, I'm old. You plop this into a cassette player and watch it on a TV. It's just like watching a DVD, except you can't skip around instantaneously. It's an analog format, not digital. This is an NTSC tape, so it'll play in North America and Japan, but it'll suffer in PAL and CCAM regions. That is what the front looks like. There's no front on the tape here. That's the one big difference between this and any other Disney releases. All official tapes will have some information here denoting the tape name, what its manufacturing date was, etc. This doesn't, because Changa Husky just doesn't have the ability to put that on there. That is what the label looks like, and honestly, like, this looks dead on perfect to what it would have been back then. The first time I saw this, I thought it was silk screened on, but no, it's just a sticker. Zootopia PG NTSC standard with Dolby Surround, and I believe this actually does have Dolby Surround on it, or at the very least it has stereo. This tape is just so perfect. It's so cool, I gotta say. But what good is a Disney VHS release if it didn't come with a whole pile of extra goodies? If you ever opened up a brand new VHS tape back in the 90s, or maybe bought one still sealed and opened it up anytime since then, you'll know that there's a mountain of stuff. And I'm just going to show it off in the order that he included it in the package. So the very first thing you'll see here is a missing. Have you seen this mammal? Emmett Otterton. So this is something really fun that Disney used to do, is they used to just add so much extra fun stuff in their packages. So help the ZPD and win a Walt Disney World vacation. So this is what the front would look like. You open it up here. And this is so cool. So enter to win 1 of 10 grand prizes to Walt Disney World. And this is in the Zootopia font. So this looks perfect. Other for real prizes. Disney VHSs. So what? Frozen, Big Hero 6, and The Lion King. Like as they would have appeared if they were VHS tapes. Nintendo Zootopia video game, like an NES cartridge. I'm pretty sure by the 90s, by the time the Masterpiece Collection came out, they were putting stuff on Super Nintendo and Genesis. Maybe even N64 and PS1, but what do I know? A Zootopia NES cartridge would be hilarious. And then all the rest of the stuff here is just, you fill this out, you send it in, and it even includes, in the fine print, mentions of Zootopia and the missing mammal stuff. And then the back is a business reply card to Missing Mammal Sweepstakes, P.O. Box 4 million, El Paso, Texas. And I know for a fact that's not a working zip code in El Paso. So, like, if you were stupid enough, I shouldn't say stupid. If you were silly enough to fill this out and actually send it, like, it won't end up anywhere. But then there's also little advertisements here for, like, the Disney Video Shopping Guide. And this is like, this genuinely feels like it's one of those old booklets. Like, I actually wonder if Changa actually got one of those old booklets and threw it in here, because this looks and feels right. Like, it is perfect. But anyway, so this, I'm going to assume this is real. So back in the olden days, if you got a VHS, it would have come with one of these pamphlets that shows you all of these cool releases coming up. I genuinely wonder if he just opened up a sealed tape, picked this out of there, and threw it in here, because this is perfect, and all these releases line up with about the same time frame. So I do wonder. That's a throwback. 1997. Yeah, I wonder if that's what he did with that. We've got this advertisement for Disney's Club Blast, which I assume doesn't work anymore. Disney.go.com. Man, I remember that. I forgot to show off the back. That's the front. That's the back. Again, I wonder if that's actually real. I wonder if most of these are real. This is a real postcard with a real address on it. So anyway, Family Fun Magazine, free issue. And if you want it, then you send this off. I think these are real. Here's how to get your $10 refund. Save $10 on Disney Interactive CD-ROMs. And for the record, I played thousands of hours in Disney's Magic Artist when I was growing up. It's awesome. But yeah, nice little flyer for Disney Interactive, which I miss tremendously. We got this little thing here, another business reply for Disney Adventures, and that is a real working address, so, or at least it was back in the day. I know 8-Bit Guy gets these and sends them off just to see what happens. And finally, this is, as far as I can tell, the final actual unique thing in here that he probably made and didn't just pull out of another tape. we have this business reply, a survey. This is a bit of a survey for Walt Disney Home Video. And this is unique because it actually includes the logo up there for Zootopia. And this thing is like, it feels and looks perfect. I know the process of what it takes to make these because I did it myself. But yeah, like that's why I'm like, did he actually pull these out of another one or did he make them himself? Because like, if this is this perfect, I wonder about those. I think he just pulled those out because it'd be easier. Anyway. So yeah, this does have the Zootopia logo up here. Otherwise, it's just a mail-in survey telling Disney, you know, how old are you? Why'd you buy the tape? Are there any others you'd like to buy in the future? Stuff like that. This is such a cool fan project. Such a unique look at the film on home video. And a perfectly valid way of watching it. Probably the worst way of watching it because even the DVD comes in widescreen. And it's the exact same resolution, so... But there's just something really cool about having a VHS of Zootopia. It's awesome. Disney, if you ever made limited releases of your current films, fans would buy them. I know that it would be a huge pain to make it happen, but just so you know. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the tape itself. Again, it is a pan and scan version of Zootopia, so it's in 4:3, but it also comes with a few custom bumpers at the front. So an advertisement for the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection that we're used to seeing, but it also includes clips from other films beyond the stuff in the Masterpiece Collection. So it includes what comes to mind. It comes with like Tangled and Brother Bear and a few other films that came out long after VHSs were obsolete, but it includes those in the montage as well, just to make it a bit more authentic, I guess. And it also includes a 4:3 trailer for Moana. It's the second trailer where Maui is mentioning like where he got shot, if you know what I mean. So yeah, Changa Husky went through an enormous effort to make this as close to an official product as possible. It really could have fooled me. And I'm super grateful to him for sending me a copy, not just so that I could show it off to all of you guys, but just so it can sit on my shelf and collect dust. That's the number one reason, right? So again, this is his, this is mine. I did make a version for myself before he sent me his copy. And yeah, the full details on this are on my main channel in that same video. Mine is really close to his. Like, well, he gave me his art assets, so of course it would be, but yeah. For the most part, mine's the same. I am using a slightly different tape and slightly different ink, so you could tell that that's a sticker and it's a lot different. It's also a different version of the film on here because I did a pan and scan version myself. But I will point out, mine has the Walt Disney Home Video security sticker on the bottom. Take that, Changa. And that'll bring this video to an end. Happy 50th birthday, Zootopia Home Video, birthday video, whatever this is. I'm happy that I made it to 50. So I am going to be back next week with my usual random stuff. So I still have one copy of the Canadian Zootopia Home Video to show off. That'll be next week. Something for you guys to look forward to. So thanks everyone for watching. Again, please don't hound Changa Husky asking for a copy of this. I don't know how you'd be able to get one, but I'm sure if you just follow him on social media, he'll probably make it clear at some point when, or even if he will, because he might be done. I don't know. All I know is that I'm glad to own it. I'm very happy of making one myself, but this just feels so real. And Changa, thank you for making it at all. Thank you for giving me a copy. And on behalf of the Zootopia Home Video community, thank you for being a part of Zootopia Home Video. I'll be back next week. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more.